back to SBR Pythons. Today we've got a very special video in which we're going to discuss what genes we believe work and don't work within Pied. I'll give you my opinion and then I'll pass you over to Adam and he can talk about his opinion. I think it's really important to mention we've not discussed this in terms of what we think does and doesn't work. So you're going to get two breeders' opinions and you know they might not be exactly the same, they'll probably differ. Which shows you that everyone has their own opinions and believes that different things work in genes, which is fantastic. And this gives you the platform to sort of see that whilst talking about my favourite genetic and having Adam on the channel, which is an honour for me because Adam's been doing this a lot longer than I have. And yeah, it's as I mentioned in his videos, I'm sure you'll see, one of the people I look up to is Adam. He gave me advice about YouTube, so it's an honour to be on his channel. Firstly, I want to talk about the animals that, the genes I do think work in Pied. So first of all, Enchi. I've said it multiple times on my channel. You don't have to, but I would strongly advise having Enchi in combinations in Pied. I have it in 3 of my het combos here, just because I think it's that essential. Enchi Pinstripe Yellowbelly, Enchi Orange Dream Post Double Het, and Enchi Calico Het. It really is one of those genes which you, if you can get hold of it in a combination, do it, because what it does is it enhances the pattern back into the Pied, which is obviously really good. If you're a high white, person, sorry, you don't really want Enchi, but like me, I'm a low white person. I want to see what's going on, and Enchi is crucial in achieving this sort of thing, so that's fantastic. So the next one I'll talk about, I'll actually get the gene out so you can have a look at it while I talk about it. So the next gene I want to talk about is Yellowbelly. Yellowbelly in Pied is another one that I think works really, really well. I'll flash up some pictures now of some pumpkin Pieds, which is the Yellowbelly Pieds from Piedball Rules, Martin Ender, where I also got this het from, who's beautiful quality. The lineup of Yellowbelly that Martin's working with is true quality, which makes all the difference when it comes to producing animals with the Yellowbelly in it. And I'll also show you now is a pastel pumpkin Pied, so pastel Yellowbelly Pied. You can again see it just works really well. So what Yellowbelly does is it gives this pixelated effect on the edge of the saddles, which is really sort of its key defining marker. But it also introduces these really rich colours. As you can see from the original pumpkins when I showed them, there's these insane oranges and also it contrasts with this amazing dark black. And the other examples that I know of are Darren and Eric down at Navy's Constrictors. When I went and visited them in June, their Yellowbelly Pieds were again outstanding. I think they might have originated from Martin as well, but I can't be 100% certain about that. But it's definitely one of those genes which works super well in Pied. So the next one I want to talk about is a little bit of a dark horse as well. It is Calico. Calico Pieds are phenomenal. I only have the one Enchi Calico Het, which I've shown you guys before. I really wanted to get Calico in after seeing the banana Calico Pied from Martin Ender. But before I show you that animal, I'll show you just some Calico Pieds from Inked Up Reptiles in the United States. Thank you for giving me permission to use these. You can see the sort of washed out effect that Calico has. It looks fantastic. It sort of gives this sort of washed out effect into the Pied that I've not seen before. And that's what really took my eye. And then now I'll show you this banana Calico Pied from Martin Ender again. And you can see this is what really got my attention with the Calico because it doesn't compare at all to a banana Pied. And that's what I really like, is genes that can change the pattern or the colour in a Pied. And that is exactly what Calico does, which is fantastic. And as I said, that's exactly why I went out and got myself a Calico. And again, I got it with that Enchi because I've said to you that, I really love that Enchi effect. So I thought I'll mix them together. And hopefully we can get a nice low white Calico Enchi Pied, hopefully in the 2021 season. And then finally the last one I want to talk about is, again, I've got an example of it here, so I'll get it out for you guys just so you can have a little look over it while I talk about it. So the last one I want to talk about is Orange Dream. I've got my Enchi Orange Dream, 100% het Ultramel, 50% het for Pied out. Let's hope he doesn't try and bite me again like the last time I had him out on camera. And I'm going to be careful with this boy because he had a nice large wiener a couple of days ago, and he's definitely got something in store for me, if you know what I'm saying. But the Orange Dream works so well with the Pied. It's another one of those genes which is so crucial in my opinion. And I've only got it in the one animal currently, which is a shame. I do want to get it in more. If you want to know more about the Orange Dream, especially with the Pied, what I can suggest to you is go back and watch my other collaboration video with David Bennett at DNS Pythons, where we highlighted his single gene Orange Dream Pieds, which are fantastic, sorry. And yeah, go back and check that video out. That will sort of tell you a little bit more about Orange Dream and why it's such a crucial gene within Pied. And for this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to flash up a picture of a Orange Dream Yellowbellied pied and an Orange Dream Pinstripe pied, both from Florian over at Pied Ball Python. Wow, honestly, the Orange Dream Pinstripe was the first thing that drew my attention to Orange Dream pieds. It's out of this world, like honestly, just insane, and I give Florian all the credit in the world for producing it. He's really a pioneer of the pied in Europe, same as Martin Ender. Both of them are from Europe, obviously, and yeah, just fantastic, all round thumbs up. And now I'll sort of move on to something a little bit negative, the sort of things that I don't think work very well in pied. Personally, I don't talk about negatives really on my channel, but if I'm going to talk about what I think does and doesn't work, obviously I've got to talk about what I think doesn't work. And for this one, well, I'll pull out another animal. I'm not sure what I'm going to pull out yet, but by the time I come back to you, you'll see what I've got. So let's talk about the genes that don't work so well in pied, in my opinion. I'm going to start off with lesser and bamboo. I'll flash up a picture now of a lesser pied, and you can see it is completely white. This is a trait of lesser and bamboo, is they're all white, all very, very high white, which I don't personally like, because as I've said, I like to know what's going on. But also, more crucially, when it comes to things like the lesser and the bamboo, is it also creates small eyes, and I personally just don't see the appeal of small eyes. I've been looking for a female double-het desert ghost pied for a long time. I got offered a small-eyed one, and I turned it down. It's a personal preference. There's nothing wrong with the animal. They breed, just fine. They feed and they shed. I just personally don't like it, and so that's why I avoid the gene, and I don't think it works. And then some others, for the same reason, the high white sort of genes, Spider, Walmer, Spotnose. Regarding the Spotnose, there's going to be more testing done with it though, I do believe. Ridgway, Simon, Ling, I've spoke to him, and I do believe that he's going to be doing a lot more Spotnose pied work to try and find out if there's any way that you can get that pattern back. Again, probably that Enchi and a couple of other enhancing genes. But regarding the Spider and the Woma, I'm going to try and say them together, the Spider and the Woma, they just create very, very high white animals. I'll show you now from Showcase Serpents. They have an animal on Morph Market, and nothing against the animal. It's a, calm down girlie, it's a Yellowbelly Spide, which is Yellowbelly Spider pied, but it's also possible Pastel and possible Orange Dream. Now for me, I can't see the point in really producing that pairing, knowing that you could end up with a Spider pied, and then not know what's going on, like they don't in this case. Whereas they could probably done that same pairing without the Spider and had a visual Pastel, Yellowbelly, Orange Dream pied, and it would have looked better because, they haven't got that really high white influence. But that's just my opinion. And you'll notice I've got out this special, and that's because I'm going to controversially say that there's one gene which I love, but bearing in mind what I've just told you about not liking high white and having high white genes not work, you're going to go, well, that creates high white. And that's this. This is the special 100% het for pied. I was going to say normal there because the normals and the specials do look similar. There's a couple of different little traits which you have to sort of, if you're going to work with the gene, you kind of have to know that, so that if you produce special hets, you can see them. This girl's got some beautiful het pied markers down there. Hopefully down, you can see that down the tail there on the camera. Now, special pied on its own, I'll show you a picture now. Again, all of these animals are going to be from Florian. He's working a lot with special in pied, and it's fantastic. It's what got me into it. You can see it's a very high white animal, but it has those really rich oranges, and it looks out of this world. For a one gene pied, it looks out of this world. And it's truly one of my favourite codoms in pied, even though it does create high white. And this is what I was talking about at the start of the video with Enchi, is you can see now, I'm going to flash up the Enchi special pieds. You can see it brings that pattern straight back in, which is why I think Enchi is so crucial and why it does work so well in pied. And then I'll go even one level up above that, and you've got the Enchi Fire special pied, which looks absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. I really love the special in pied, and I cannot wait to see what more comes out of it. Florian, what you produce this season is going to be incredible. But hopefully what I can produce as well, sort of probably in the 2021 season, because this goes about, I want to say about a kilo now. So I can't wait to get this girl breeding. The long-term plans for this girl will be to hopefully put her over an Enchi Fire pied, if I can produce one from the pied this year, or the normal het pied that have both gone over the Super Enchi Fire het, and then hopefully recreate that Enchi Fire special pied myself, because I really would love to have that in my collection. So that's a little short video talking about what I think does and doesn't work in pied. I really hope you've liked it. If you have, leave a like, leave a comment, hit the subscribe button because we're doing weekly uploads now, as I say, and yeah, turn the notification bell on, but otherwise it's every Sunday. I'll see you here next week. Thank you very much, guys.